Hey everyone, that one nerd here. It's been a minute since I uploaded a video, but before I got into the video, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched my videos and subscribed. Hopefully it won't be another 8 months before I make another one. Now on to the video. Recently I read every comic this version of SpiderMan has appeared in. For the most part, I enjoyed it. It's a very good run, so I highly recommend everyone to read it when they get the chance. I would, however, skip the storyline ultimatum. The only thing worse than that is Scarlet Witch's and Quicksilver's relationship.
Oh shit.
I did have a hard time figuring out where I should scale Ultimate Spider-Man due to a certain feat. However, I'll show you the feat and let you decide if you want to accept it or not. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films were heavily inspired by the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, and the origin stories are pretty similar as well. Peter Parker, a high school student, attending class village to the Oscorp, is suddenly bit by a spider enhanced by the Oz formula, which is a super soldier formula. He's granted enhanced strength, speed, agility, a spider sense, and the ability to climb up walls. He takes these new abilities and tries to make money in wrestling, when one day he refuses to stop a robber, and this same robber goes to his home and kills his Uncle Ben. This is what taught Peter.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Now, let's talk about how strong he is. He easily lifts a car over his head. While not very impressive, it's still worthy to mention considering he did it so easily. He smashes a taxi on the Hulk, and it did this to the concrete. While holding back, he stalemates Captain America in strength, who can easily lift anywhere from 5 to 10 tons. Says he can lift a city bus over his head. The average city bus can weigh anywhere from 25 to 40,000 pounds. That's a 12.5 to 20 ton feat. Now keep in mind, he got his powers at the age of 15, and he's only at 16 for half the run. With one arm, he lifts and throws a water-flooded car hundreds of feet in the air. He's also able to lift a 17-ton truck and smash it repeatedly, despite being wounded and tired. And last but certainly not least, Peter is able to knock out Miles Morales in 2 hits. Why is this impressive, you ask? Well, Miles Morales is currently in the main Marvel universe, and he's done things such as knock out Hobgoblin, who is comparable to Green Goblin, as well as take hits from Rhino and even Morlun. Since it's the same Miles, just a little bit older, Peter should still scale to him, due to the same Oz formula running through their veins.
Hey you! Is that a rhinoceros horn or you just have to be to see? I'm so scared I can't even finish my lame joke.
Now, while Spider-Man is not the best taking bullets and other sharp objects, he still has really good blunt force durability, such as being able to withstand his skull getting crushed by Hulk. Now, before you go into a fit, this Hulk is far weaker than the main continuity Hulk, but he's still strong nonetheless. Takes a warehouse explosion and is fine. Can withstand multiple attacks from Shocker, whose blast did this to a truck. Gets flung by Hulk over a building. Survives on the rubble after this explosion. I have a calculation from someone who's pretty trustworthy with his math, named Cyber. According to the math, this is a large town level explosion. Like I said earlier, I'll leave it up to you if you want to accept this or not. Spider-Man has been shown to get hit by bullets every now and then, despite showcasing feats far better, such as dodging Electro's attacks on multiple occasions. And since he's able to speed blitz and knock out Miles, he should scale somewhere close to the main continuity Spider-Man as well. This version of Spider-Man doesn't have any notable feats of endurance, besides fighting the entire Sinister Six with a bullet wound in his gut. I'll talk more about that later. Also, Peter said he thought he had some sort of increased healing factor. Every iteration of Peter is shown to be intelligent, and this version is no exception. He created his own webbing at the age of 15, It can stop vehicles dead in their tracks. You can also web up multiple skilled characters with his skill and webbing. For example, one of the characters there is Shang-Chi, who's Spidey tied up in his webbing. He has mastered every martial arts on the planet. He can use Iron Man's tech just by reading papers on it. He followed Nick Fury, the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D., for over an hour, and Nick Fury seemed to be impressed. He's one of 5 people on Earth to know a certain tech well enough to use it. Has an IQ of 145 at the age of 16. Considered an intellectual threat by Reed Richards, the smartest man on the planet. And after developing a counter to his plans, he was complimented by Carol Danvers to be an equal on par with Reed Richards. Now, I don't think he's on par with Reed Richards, but he's still smart, as you can tell. Despite not receiving any previous training, he can hold his own against skilled opponents such as Elektra. She's an expert at hand-to-hand combat. And Moon Knight and Punisher. Moon Knight and Punisher are both experts at hand-to-hand combat as well. Just like the main version of Spider-Man, this version has the ability of spider sense and wall crawling. However, he hasn't mastered his spider sense yet, but he's used it to determine if people are a threat or not, or if he's going to take any damage from an attack. He does have limitations, however, such as not always being able to evade taking damage. The last thing I want to talk about is his character. Despite facing countless villains, whether they're human or monster, all at the age of 15 and 16, he never gives up. There were times when he puts up the costume only to realize he had a responsibility to protect others and to stop the bad guy. This philosophy, ingrained in him, led him to make the ultimate sacrifice for the ones he cared about the most. This is one of many reasons why I love this character. I want to thank you for making it this far into the video. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video. If you have any other comments, such as ways I can improve my content, or any other comments or suggestions for future videos, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.